Greetings, everyone. First, my apologies for not being around for a while. Stupid busy. Trying to catch up, doing the best I can. I appreciate any kind of grace you've given me in terms of not coming back so soon, buddy. I mean, if you're watching all of these at once, it doesn't make too much of a difference because it's only been moments. But anyway, took a while because of work and prepping for comic convention comic convention season, art, writing, all kinds of stuff. Busy, but getting stuff done. That's the bottom line, and I appreciate any kind of grace you can apply. I'm here, definitely. First of all, madly in love with what's coming out from Marvel Animation soon. If you don't know what this is, it's a hat from Eyes of Wakanda. Showrunner, directed by, created by my boy Todd Harris from Genre 13. He and Jeff Thorne. Todd and I go back 20 plus years. Stupendous illustrator, stupendous storyteller, and now showrunner. He came up with the concept for Eyes of Wakanda, so I'm giving him love. Definitely from here on, because my boy just bad. And he's unsung, and he's understated, and he deserves all the love that you can give him. So please, be aware. And another reason why I want you to be aware is that Todd was one of the people behind the scenes involved with Sinners. A lot of talk about it here in 2025. Deservedly so. And when I talk about Sakuhin, I'm talking about quality production, the output. And not only the output, I'm also talking about the process. And since I am talking about the process, a lot of people don't understand how movies get made. And there's art within the process, and there's art from the product that's produced. Brother Kugler, wonderful job of executing both. Because, yes, a movie is a singular thing. It's the production of a single director's, or sometimes brothers or siblings or whatever. It's their vision. It's a script that they want to bring to life. All of that is very true. But it's also guiding and directing a crew of over 100 people working on a film. If you've ever looked at a call sheet, if you've ever looked at a production report, you'll see the different departments that go into making a movie, the different people inside the departments and their expertise and all that kind of stuff. Well, the director is directing this with big crack the whip help from the first director, of course. And how do you do all of this and at the same time come up with a story that is subjectively and objectively an excellent piece of art? I argue that Sinners was an excellent piece of art, that it deserves to be referred to as Sakuhin. And as I say that, I am fully aware that a number of people felt like, oh, I wish it had been more of the story about this and more story about that. Some backstory here, some backstory there. This is also part of the movie making process. You can't completely control things. Once you go over 2 hours in terms of the film's run, stuff starts to get cut. And I look forward to the director's edition for Sinners because some of that backstory will undoubtedly be included at that point in time. Nonetheless, the story was there, and beyond just the story, it felt like Mississippi. I mean, as I watched it, I could smell that grounded. Anybody who's been to Mississippi, anybody who knows Mississippi, and I do know Mississippi, I even pronounce the name of the state the way it's supposed to be pronounced. It's got a smell. That red earth has a distinctive smell that lets you know you're there. And shout out to my family there, my Johnsons, my Williams, my Roaches, all those folks there. Mad love to you, and thank you for the love that you send to a brother. Yeah, it's it's got a look to the sky, a look to the buildings, a look to the landscape that is unlike any other place. Coogler captured that. I could smell Mississippi, and not in a negative way. Don't tell me there. I could smell the dirt as I watched the film because of how he prepared that Sakuhin. Big ups to it. Now, if you did want to see more of the Native American story, or if you did want more of the background of the Irish settlers who came to the area, I look forward to that director's cut, in which I'm sure that these things will be expanded upon. But the fact that they weren't there did not diminish the quality that was executed in the film and executed in the storytelling. As you bring stuff like that to life, it's hard. Anybody who hasn't worked in the film industry, and I was fortunate to be a part of Warner Brothers management trainee program back in the day, so I know what it takes to make a film, and it's hard to do it well. Even with a name like Ryan Coogler, you're talking about, in terms of Sinners and things like Creed, standalone story that comes from nowhere that still has to have an audience that's going to pay back the tens of millions of dollars, and in the case of Sinners, hundreds of millions of dollars that it took to make the film, with no guarantee that the audience is out there. And while you're doing that, you're still trying to bring together a singular idea. It's hard. You're trying to bring together a crew of over 100 people who may not understand that after the sound is layered in, and after the music is there, and after the effects are dropped, and all that kind of stuff, it's going to look like X or like Y. But you still have to get their best work and get them to buy into something that they can't see at the moment. He did it. So in terms of Sakuhin, in terms of creative output, big ups. And I highly recommend the film for these reasons. And as a boy who spent all kinds of summers and winters and other times of the year in Mississippi, loved to Grenada, it felt like I was back home. So that's great storytelling. Big ups. And I wanted to mention that. Thanks for stopping through. I'll try to be back sooner, even though I guess if you're watching all of these at once, it was just this couple of seconds ago, you could say. Well, that stated. Thank you. Eyes of Wakanda. Eyes on Eyes of Wakanda. Take care.